Good morning, grade 6. This is your English teacher, Ms. Manal. Today, our writing lesson would be about compare and contrast essay. To start with, let's define compare and contrast. What does it mean to compare, and what does it mean to contrast? When you compare things, you show their similarities. When you contrast things, you show their differences. Compare and contrast address similarities and differences between two or more people, places, things, or ideas. For example, how are apples and oranges alike or different? They are alike since both are fruits and both have skins. They are different since people don't eat orange skins and oranges have more juice. The objectives of this lesson are to provide definitions for comparing and contrasting, to use Venn diagrams, to brainstorm and organize similarities and differences between two objects, and to write a compare and contrast essay with signal words. To start with, let's see how we compare two or more things that are alike. Example: bicycles are like cars because they both move on wheels. There is a signal word that shows us bicycles and cars are the same from the word like and from the word both. Both is a signal word that shows comparison. Cats are like dogs because they both have fur. Also here, the clue word is both. When you contrast, you look at the ways two or more things are different. Bicycles are different from cars because one is powered by humans and one is powered by gas. The signal word that shows two things are different is the word different. Cats are different from dogs because one barks and one meows. And here, the word is different. It's the signal word. There are signal words that tell the reader that the essay is comparing and contrasting. Signal words can also help you identify a compare-contrast reading passage. The chart below will show you the compare signal words and the contrast signal words. The compare signal words are alike, both, same, similar, like, in common, also, similarly, in comparison to, as well as. And the contrast signal words are different, differ, not alike, difference, on the other hand, however, although, even though, in contrast to, while, and but. You can also add whereas and unlike. Take a minute to read them, and please pause the video until you are done. The diagram shown in front of you is called a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram enables you to brainstorm and organize your ideas so you can identify similarities and differences. A Venn diagram consists of overlapping circles with the differences onto the sides and the similarities in the middle. And as you see, we don't use signal words when we are filling in the Venn diagram. We only use signal words whenever we are writing the essay. And as you will see, this Venn diagram will show you the similarities and differences between getting a cat or getting a dog. After we read this passage, we will find out that this short passage is a compare and contrast passage. It has compare and contrast signal words, and these words are colored in red. Frogs and toads. Frogs and toads actually have more in common than they have in differences. Telling a frog and toad apart is really comparing it to the early common frog or common toad. Though frogs and toads are different species, they both belong to the same family. Both are amphibians and both like water. Though frogs spend a later portion of their lives in water, the toad may hop farther from the water source, however, and are frequent visitors to people's gardens. The signal clue words are in common, differences, comparing, both, though, and however. There are two main ways to structure a compare and contrast essay: a block structure or a point-by-point structure. For block structure, all the information about one of the things being compared or contrasted are given first, and all the information about the other thing are listed afterwards. So the author lists all the similarities in one paragraph and all the differences in another paragraph. For a point-by-point structure, each similarity or difference for one thing is followed immediately by the similarity or difference for the other thing in the same paragraph. You have the freedom to choose the block structure or the point-by-point structure. But the second structure is clear and ensures that the similarities and differences are more explicit. And in the second structure, you can use more signal words. This is how you start your essay. Your essay should consist of an introductory paragraph, a body, and a concluding paragraph. An introductory paragraph consists of general statements and a thesis statement. And remember, a thesis statement comes at the end of the introductory paragraph. General statements, a few sentences about your subject that catch the attention of your reader and introduce the topic, while a thesis statement should identify both items or subjects to be compared or contrasted and tell the reader exactly what you are going to say about these items or attitudes. What about the body? You must have two body paragraphs when you are writing a comparing and contrast essay. Each paragraph should begin with a topic sentence. One of the bodies lists the similarities and the other lists the differences. You need to use signal words when comparing and contrasting the two subjects. A concluding paragraph should summarize the main topic, and the most effective conclusion for a compare and contrast essay is usually a final sentence, which reinforces the controlling idea. In this slide, you will see how I use the information in the Venn diagram to write an essay comparing and contrasting cats and dogs. The introductory paragraph is colored in blue. The first body paragraph that lists the similarities is colored in green. The second body paragraph that lists the differences is colored in purple, and the concluding paragraph is colored in black. Let's start. Before we start, pay attention to the signal words that they are highlighted in different colors. Getting a cat or getting a dog. Owning an animal can take up a lot of time and attention. Many households occupy pets. Deciding on a pet can be a difficult decision. People choose mostly either a dog or a cat, since they make excellent domesticated pets and provide friendship to their owners. They always come to be like a part of a person's family. There are several similarities that cats and dogs share, but at the same time, they are different. One can come across some similarities between dogs and cats, including their physical features, nature, and character. One of the obvious similarities between these creatures is that both have hair. The two of them need to be taken to the vet to check on them on a regular basis. Dogs require affection from their owners as well as cats. Similarly, dogs and cats give birth to multiple offsprings at one time, which must be hard on the mother. Most would say that these domesticated pets relieve stress and give life a better aspect. Although these similarities exist, there are apparent differences between dogs and cats. Cats are often the kind of animal that is self-sustaining. It can provide food for itself, whereas dogs need to be put in kennels and looked after by its owner. Unlike cats, dogs require a companion, a person that they can depend on, or someone to give their endless love to. Dogs have to be put on leashes when they are outside. However, cats have the ability to roam freely because their owners don't have to worry about them causing a lot of trouble. When talking about the sound they produce, dogs bark, growl, and woof. On the other hand, cats just meow or purr. Cats are allowed to be outside until late hours because owners know that the feline will make its way home, whereas dogs, at night, are usually brought inside or chained up outside. These pets have different abilities to be trained. Dogs tend to be trained to do tricks much quicker, with more ease than cats. Another difference is that dogs like to be petted and cuddled, while cats are more independent. As we can tell, there are various similarities and differences that dogs and cats hold to each other. Some people may think highly of cats due to their intelligence, while others will choose dogs any day because of their companionship. It primarily relies on the personality of the person.